Hey TikTok! Long time no see. If you're seeing this, you could definitely be seeing this for a reason because I've literally not posted a tarot reading on TikTok in like 6+ months. I didn't think I would honestly ever post on TikTok again, but something today was literally like, Hailey, post a reading on TikTok. So here the fuck I am. I don't even know, but I have a really positive message. I just recorded this whole entire message and then there was no sound. So I don't know what the fuck is going on there. But here I am again. I'm gonna get this freaking message out because I'm excited. So first, a song that could resonate is Angel Numbers by Chris Brown, I believe. Healing energy on me. Baby, can you make a wish for me? Healing energy on me. Okay, so the message here that I have first, you're doing really good in a big lesson, by the way. So you are actually attracting really positive things in your life because you're choosing to shift the way that you're showing up for yourself. I do feel like I'm talking to people that had to create their own independence. Like you had to parent yourself, you had to show up for yourself, and you maybe didn't have a lot of help. So you could have had in some way your childhood like taken away from you. So because you had your childhood taken away from you, you have a habit and a mindset of actually being a thief to your own happiness. So what I mean by that is you are definitely the kind of person that is consistently taking action to like better yourself. But the way you better yourself is from pain. So if you are like, okay, I've been through so much pain in my life, but I've grown from all of that pain. So now my self-worth is reliant on growing, but my growth is reliant on being in pain. So what am I going to do? I'm going to consistently create a painful scenario for myself, put myself in pain, and then I'm going to grow for it and I'm going to conquer and then I'm going to feel good about myself. Instead of not having the giant burden on your back and being like, I'm so strong because I'm carrying this burden, and instead being like, you know what? I don't want to fucking carry that burden anymore. I'm fucking tired. I want peace. I am good enough to learn through love, to attract loving experiences that mirror to me that I don't need to carry that burden. And that is healing. It's healing to experience something you've never had before in a positive way and have that trigger negative emotions to help you realize, damn, I've never had this before. Instead of having something that is repeating a cycle and then being strong enough to not do that or learn something from that trauma, like actually pain being inflicted. So that's something that you're actually letting go of and walking away from, is being identified with pain. Your self-worth being identified to growth and creating a more natural way of growing in life. So whoever I'm talking to right now, bad bitch fucking energy, okay? You're coming out as a bad bitch. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. You're a bad bitch. Period on that. So you're coming out as the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Empress, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is really beautiful energy. Look at that. But a pattern that you are letting go of is because you maybe at some point had your freedom or childhood taken away from you, you had a sense of independence that was not exactly compassionate. So it's like, okay, I'm independent, I can do whatever I want, but the things that you're doing for yourself are coming from a space of rebellion. So it's like, I'm going to do whatever I want because I never got to do whatever I want and I deserve that. That is absolutely true. If you are in that place in your life, that is absolutely true, and you don't need to change anything about that if you're happy living that way. But for the people that are getting this reading, you might start to be feeling like you want more, like you want more depth, or you want more compassion in your life, or you want to attract more compassion in your life instead of just kind of being in a limbo energy of like recklessness. So with that, you're coming out as the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. This is you actually recognizing what true compassion feels like and nurturing your inner child with your actions. So for example, I'll be vulnerable with an experience I had. Like I live in Bali now and I never smoked cigarettes when I was in America. But when I came to Bali, I had just been out of a bad situation. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to smoke cigarettes. Like the fuck? Like I'm going to do whatever I want, bitch. And I needed to do that. I'm happy I did that. But I've had a shift like a while ago where I was like, when I take actions, I'm like, I talk to my little me. You know, I'm like, okay, sweetie, like, let's do yoga. Okay, sweetie, let's go out to eat. You know, okay, sweetie, let's put our PJs on. But like, it's not compassionate to say, okay, sweetie, let's have a cigarette. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to take your inner child and be like, okay, sweetie, let's have a cigarette. Like, that's just not healing for me anymore, because it doesn't mirror to me compassion. So that's something that you guys are recognizing is, what actions am I taking that are actually, the intention behind it is compassionate towards myself? Somebody just commented 11, 11, 11, 11 on my fucking YouTube. That's literally insane. Holy shit. And like I said, even the Chris Brown song, he literally goes 11, 11. He says 11, 11 in it. That number must be so significant for whoever's seeing this. But with you actually learning this lesson, this is something that you're saying, okay, I actually want to take compassion. I want to be compassionate towards myself. And it's actually a maturing energy is how it's coming through. It's like, it's maturing. But with the Hierophant and the Empress being on the right side, this is definitely giving me the energy that you've learned a lesson of receiving. So now you recognize that how you are showing up for yourself and the intentions that you're showing up for yourself with is what you're receiving. So I wanted to pull a little bit more to see exactly what are you going to be receiving now that you're in this energy right now. But I just want to say, like, it's safe to admire life. Like, it's safe to slow down. It's safe to just be peaceful all the time. I feel like the people I'm talking to have lives where it's like, if something's peaceful or if something's fun, you're immediately looking for, like, what's going to go wrong. Something is going to go wrong. That's the mindset that you're letting go of. So instead, ask yourself, what does the reality look like where everything is okay and I'm peaceful and I have a stable relationship with money, with a partner, with my home, like everywhere in my life is stable? What do my thoughts look like in that reality? How am I feeling in that reality? And how can I contradict my current negative thoughts and replace them with the thoughts in that reality? Because that's how you align to that reality. So if you have a mindset where you're saying, okay, I need to take an action to avoid this pain or to avoid this fear, that's your past. You are manifesting your past to repeat itself because you're saying this is going to happen again. Instead of saying, hey, I recognize that this is from my past. Thank you, brain, for trying to protect me. We don't need to do that. Instead, I'm going to choose to say everything is okay. And I don't need to take an action to protect myself because in the moment, everything is okay. That's how you're coming through here. Yeah, and then the Hanged Man coming out. This is like a new perspective for you. What's coming in for them because of this? Send it out. This is the second time the Ten of Pentacles is coming out. For a lot of you guys, if you had to give a lot or if you gave a lot, whether this was like, say you are somebody that's extremely compassionate and empathetic, but that's not something you've ever received, you may be attracting a relationship that's going to give you that same level of compassion that you gave. Now that you're giving it to yourself, if you had to provide financially for somebody else and you never had an equal share, or you never had somebody to support you, you're going to attract somebody that's supporting you. But because your energy now is actually diving into peace, you're attracting somebody that's going to help you maintain that peace instead of attracting somebody that was from the past where it's like you have your own peace and they're consistently disturbing it. So that's like really what's coming through here. They're not being specific on what you're receiving. That's what I mean. I'm just going to take that because I think that they don't want you to be attached to it because that's part of the lesson here. Six of Wands. This is a card about being seen, but for me, this is a card about receiving something because you're taking action. You're taking action for you, and so you're receiving something that is helping you be seen by others. So a lot of you guys never felt seen or validated or shown up for or supported. And the more you work on this mindset of optimism and faith and peace, the more you're going to be attracting that externally, whether that be money, relationship, friendships, community. But you're doing amazing. You're fucking doing amazing. I literally love you. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, link in my bio. Haven't said that in a long fucking time. Oh my God. And I guess I'll see you in the next reading. This is crazy. So excited to be back, bitches.